Hi everybody, this is Angela Dacey, helping you to live life colorfully and heal your heart one color at a time, or one note at a time. For today, I'm bringing to you today a video blog with an amazing friend of mine. It's been a while since I've had an opportunity to do an interview and bring some phenomenal information to you. So this friend of mine, who's been a friend for over 20, well, close to 20 years anyway, is also a facilitator at Soul Mala that we just had in Tremblant and has been in the past as well. And I wanted to bring this beautiful man today to you to give you some phenomenal insight on how you can bring your feelings into form, whether it's through music or with sound or artwork. There's so many ways to do it, and this is the man. So I'm going to introduce right now Mr. David Rankine. Hello, and thank you for coming.
Well, hello, and thank you.
Thank you. And
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, it is a pleasure. And I'm so mesmerized by this phenomenal instrument that I want to bring it to all of you, because you can see David play in concert in this York region area as well as many other areas, and we'll talk later about how they can get information on that. But for right now, let me hand it to you, because you're the man to talk about how to bring feelings into form. And,
well, thank you.
And you can help us explain with the dulcimer.
Well, this is a mountain dulcimer, and it's an old instrument from the eastern mountains of the United States that develops a modal instrument, and it's a very emotive instrument. It's an instrument that has a lot of sound that reaches right inside to those chakras, especially the heart, and just opens up a healing space. And that's how I use the instrument, in the same way I would use like a graphic mandala. It's just stepping back and intentionally creating a sound that someone can step into and start to explore their own healing process.
Nice. One of the things you mentioned in Soul Mala that I loved, which I also found our participants appreciated, was that you don't, to meditate, always have to sit with, crossed legs. And we do the ashram, we go to the ashram for Soul Mala, but it's not all about getting into such a place of quietness that it is where you can connect with the divine. But I find something like this, I get lost in a form of meditation. Can you maybe describe why?
Well, I think it's about intent of speaking or playing or dancing or whatever it is, and attentive listening. It's like listening to yourself and being mindful in the act. So even washing the toilet can be a meditation.
True enough.
You can use the action, the activity to work as a carrier wave almost, or create a sacred space within which you're engaging yourself and you're listening to yourself. And that's where the quiet is, that inner quiet that you can access. So sometimes I find that standard or traditional ways of meditation and sitting silently become their own orthodoxy and scare people. Well, I can't sit still. I can't do this. What if I have all these thoughts? Well, sometimes other things, especially if they're creative expression modalities, can be the meditation. It's like walking the labyrinth is the moving meditation.
Right. Drawing
something or painting something is the moving meditation. So like that, it's all about space. It's all about the space.
That's so true, because when I was off, I had surgery this previous spring, and when I was off, I took your coloring book that has phenomenal kind of Celtic-looking mandalas, and I sat and colored them in, which is like an adult coloring book. And I worked 3 hours on one, and I never even finished it. But I put music on, and then the process of using color and coloring was really, really healing, and a fantastic thing to do while I was laying in bed, bored out of my wit. But I really think it's sped up my healing process.
Definitely. So you're engaged in an act of creativity. You're using color, a powerful healing modality. You're working in a sort of act of co-creation with my drawing.
Right.
So even though I'm not there, you're working with something laid out a matrix, and you're filling it in according to how you're feeling.
Nice.
So you're giving voice to your feelings. And as soon as you give voice, if you can feel it, you can heal it. You give voice and acknowledgement to your feelings, and the healing process starts to amplify and accelerate.
Well, see, that is huge. If you feel it, you can heal it. And I really love that, because everyone will feel differently and need to heal differently. So finding your modality for allowing your feelings to come out is incredible.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And words are very abstract. Sometimes we can't, as a society, we're not prepared with, or taught the words to attach to feelings. And sometimes it's just a sound. Sometimes it's a mark on a paper, or a motion with your hand of something that means something beyond the sort of again, sort of the dictatorship of words. We're a very wordy society. We use a lot of words, but we use too many without meaning.
Right. Very true.
Yeah.
So maybe you can take us through, I would think the people listening and watching would like to maybe sit and get lost in this sound, and let's see what feelings for you will come out of hearing David play. And if we can have that for a few minutes, I'm going to sit and get quiet, and I would suggest you do the same. Get a comfortable position and just get into a space where you can just let this play. Put it on your speakers and let the music come through, and see what comes to the forefront for you.
Wrap yourself in your favorite blankie.
Oh, nice. A nice orange one that we have behind us. Enjoy.
And this is really about music not as entertainment. Music can be entertaining all the time, but music is really a healing modality, meant to engage the listener.
Enjoy.
Now I feel all...
That actually brought so much joy to me. I wanted to go play and laugh and skip down the street. So
perfect.
I'd be interested with comments to hear how that affected you and what feelings came to the surface for you, because everyone will be different for sure.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So if I wanted to come and see you in concert, and you're living in this area that we are in, I'm in Newmarket, Ontario, but York Region, what do you suggest if people want to get a hold of you?
Well, my contact info,
yeah,
my email is Godwin, Godwind, at bmts.com. And my website is www.davidrankineart.com. And that's Rankin with the E at the end.
I was just going to say, good.
And tomorrow evening, which is October 10th, I have a concert with another amazing percussionist at Sharon Temple in Sharon, Ontario, just north of Newmarket. 7 o'clock start time by donation. And it's really, sound is healing modality. So we're improvising the whole concert. We're not even going to talk about it, what we're going to do. We're just going to do it. Yuri and I mesh really well, and people are just there to complete the healing process.
Nice. So they can get lost in the feeling and see what comes to the surface.
Yes.
What a beautiful way to heal. I think sometimes we get so lost in what steps to take towards our healing, or we think we have to jump into something so big, and really sometimes I say it's, you know, it's one step at a time. Sometimes it's one day at a time. Sometimes it's one breath at a time. One color. And I'm actually loving one note at a time.
One note at a time. One feeling at a time.
One feeling at a time.
Or one expression of that feeling.
Nice.
And I always think of it as being kind of like a remembering. You know, we knew what it was like to be healthy and whole. We just forgot.
Very true.
Usually because of a trauma or something. And we start to remember, and we remember that we always knew how to do it.
Nice.
So we don't really need to be told. We just need to be guided sometimes.
Sometimes to remember.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And that makes the process much easier, I think, and doable for a lot of people. So.
Yeah.
Well, I know for me this is something that touches my soul. Just as many people out there know, I'm a huge David Rankine fan, and her music healed me quite a bit through my process as well. This music loses me in such a way that it makes me happy, it can make me sad, it makes me feel, it makes me cry, and I just love it. So I hope for you that you found a new modality for you to help you in your healing, and I really, really suggest that you get in touch with Dave and see when he's creating so you can co-create with him. And you travel and you go everywhere, and he's part of Soul Mala, and so keep in touch. If you find that you can't get in touch with him, track me down. I'll track him down for you. So maybe to say goodbye or until we meet again, you can play us out.
Yes, we'll see you again.
We will. Thank you. Namaste, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.